Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. You know, my concern is making and seeing that I've done the best that I possibly can to engage this process of life, that it might be more experienced and exercised by individuals called themselves human beings. I've spent a great deal of time in this process, and while this message I dedicated to the world, I'd like to specifically dedicate it to the young people of the world. Those of you who are in America at 18, they say you can register and vote. And this is about life itself, but based upon what has happened in my lifetime and what is happening now, I think you should have some engagement in what is going on. And so I'm letting you know some things that perhaps you know already, but perhaps need somebody else to confirm that it is true. Now, we Americans, all of us put together, do you see what we have given you today as the American government? You hear people say, well, we want small government. And usually when they say small government, they're referring to a government that will protect them, their interests, and what is important to them, and oppress anyone outside of that philosophy. Now, wise people know that big government represents all people, and especially those who are left out of the protection of the small government. And so you got people at odds with one another because one wants to live and the other wants to live at the expense of others. So you young people realize that in Washington, most of the people they're representing, whether it's in the Senate or whether it's in the House of Representatives, many of them are almost as old as I am, representing what they represented 30 years before they came in. Then nothing changed, and we've been fighting each other ever since. And today, we almost gave you a system where your government was stolen from you. Can you believe that? Well, it was almost stolen. So, what am I saying to you? Listen up. Last night, August 3rd, millions of Americans, millions of people all over the earth, knelt down on their knees and prayed to the God of the universe. They prayed for peace. Many of them prayed for prosperity. They prayed for freedom, joy, and they prayed that their dreams might be fulfilled. They prayed without hesitation that their needs, their wants, and their desires might be met at their leisure. That basically means whenever they need something, it's there. Whenever they wanted something, it's there. Or whenever they desire something, it's there. When they weren't worried about it, no problem. But when they wanted it, it was there. Now, they prayed that they would always have access to food and clothing and to shelter. They prayed these things, ladies and gentlemen. They prayed that they would have access to education, that they'd have access to health care. They prayed that they'd have access to the ability to get around, transportation, any means necessary to do what they are trying to do. And most of all, they prayed for a career that would give them the greatest joy in exercising it. This, my friends, they prayed for. Millions and millions of people prayed for that which I have been advocating all along. But here is the reply to the prayers. And the reply comes today, August 4th. It's not new, it's just coming again. August 4th, 2022. And it is the same as it was in the beginning, which is this. My sister keeps trying to get on here, and I don't want to interrupt this presentation, so I'm keep hanging up on her. She keeps calling back. But anyway, here's the reply. The resources necessary are available. The needs, your wants, and your desires, it's there, it's real. Each individual has been given a gift for a career, which gives and releases joy to all performers. Now, the missing ingredients. There must be a missing ingredients, and what do you think that missing ingredient is? That missing ingredient is you. Your will. You must have the will to do what has to be done. Now, this is not about force. This is about choice. You see, slaves are made, but freedom is chosen. The miracle is you. No one from heaven or the clouds are going to arrive and enslave others for you. So, just take the little simple message that I've shared with you and work with it as young people and see what you come up with. Thank you so very much.